last week's ending to Monday Night Raw finally gave the people, the fans, everyone who's been following those QR codes some closure. Because now, the Wyatt Sicks have finally made their debut on WWE TV. The closing 5 to 6 minutes of last week's Monday Night Raw was the stuff of horrors. You want to talk about cinematography in movies or in TV shows? That's exactly what they applied last week on Monday Night Raw. And yeah, sure, they attacked a bunch of jobbers. They made quite a mess out of the gorilla position. A gorilla position that we've seen maybe 10, 20 times more than we have ever seen prior to prior to Triple H taking over WWE. But they made a mess out of that. They took out Chad Gable, one unfortunate soul. Everybody else taken out were jobbers. And now we have to wait and see what the next step is. And again, I'm not a big fan of horror or slasher films. I can watch them. I can enjoy them. But it's not going to come out of me to be like, oh, I really want to watch this. But when it comes to WWE, they gave you no choice but to pay attention to what the Wyatt Sicks did. And even if you don't like horror, you just have to keep your head up and continue watching the massacre that they left behind. I loved how the camera moved from one member to the other, all the way ending onto Uncle Howdy, and then finally stating that they are here. Bo Dallas, Dexter Lumis, Joe Gacy, I'm forgetting Nikki Cross, and I'm forgetting the fifth one, Eric Rowan. 5 members who are now in charge of striking fear not only on the rest of the WWE Monday Night Raw roster, but also on every single viewer. Can they get it done? If they continue the way they've done so far, absolutely. The best thing about Bray Wyatt, the best thing about this Wyatt Sicks, the best thing about the Wyatt family back in the day was creating moments, debuts, returns, beatdowns, whatever you want to call it. No, it didn't matter what they did. It was always memorable. Now, if this faction can do what the Wyatt family did back in the day, which is go out there and in the middle of the ring, put on a fantastic match, entertain a crowd, quit it with the supernatural stuff that they tried to inject with The Fiend in every single match. That obviously didn't work. You'd have to suspend your disbelief too much and far too many times. It might work every once in a while, not every single match. But now the Wyatt Sicks have to go out there and be a force to be reckoned with. Can they continue? Absolutely, but they have to obviously target someone or target a group. Otherwise, they're just doing this with no purpose, and we get the same thing we got when we had, what was it called, Retribution? I honestly can't remember the name of that faction in 2020. I can't. The faction led by Mustafa Ali. So with that said, again, fantastic debut. I'm expecting big things, and again, they're kind of, for lack of a better term, walking on eggshells at this point, because everything they're doing right now involving the Wyatt Sicks is to honor and pay homage to the late great Bray Wyatt Wyndham Rotunda. So every little thing is planned to the millimeter. Everything should have a purpose. And again, the one thing that I ask for this faction is, when it comes to the ring, put on a fantastic show. Wrestling-wise, in-ring-wise. Quit it with the supernatural stuff, because that only works every once in a while, and to be honest, it's really only worked with The Undertaker. So with that said, what are your thoughts on the Wyatt Sicks fantastic debut on Monday Night Raw? What an amazing way to end the show. Leave your thoughts, comments, and predictions for the faction on the comments section below. With that said, I'm Alexis Carrillo. This has been Wrestling Talk, and I'll see you next time.